I want to thank the Granite Bay Rotary for asking me here today and to allow me to be a part of this dedication that is in my community, in my backyard. I want to thank Congressman Tom McClintock and Assemblyman Kevin Kiley for being here today as well. My name is Patty Schumacher, and I am a proud Gold Star mother of Lance Corporal Victor Duke, United States Marine Corps. Before I go any farther, I know that we've been throwing out some terms of Gold Star and Blue Star. So really quickly, can I get a show of hands of how many people actually know what a Blue Star family is? Wow, I'm impressed. Silver Star? Gotcha. And now we know Gold Star, correct? Okay. So what I wanted to say is that when a loved one decides to sign their name on a dotted line, that states that they are willing to give anything and everything that they have, up to and including their life, in the service of their country. Not only do they sign themselves up, but they sign up their entire family, friends, and potentially their community. A Blue Star family is a family whose loved one has signed that dotted line. As soon as that dotted line is signed, that family is now a Blue Star family. While in the course of service, if that person is in a dedicated combat zone and they are injured, they are considered a Silver Star family. A Gold Star family is the one where they have given the ultimate sacrifice, their life, their last breath, in service to their country while they were there. Has anyone seen the banners on back of cars that are designated as a Gold Star or Blue Star? I love this. I'm seeing a lot of shaking heads. This is a Gold Star banner. The blue would just be a solid blue. The number of stars designates how many of their loved ones, family members, are in the service. And before I go any farther, we have many Gold Star mothers here today. When I call your name, will you please step forward? Diane Layfield, mother of Lance Corporal Travis Layfield, United States Marine Corps, 19, killed in action April 6, 2004. Karen Meredith, mother of First Lieutenant Kenneth Ballard, United States Army, 26, killed in action May 30th, 2004. Deborah Getz, mother of PFC Christopher Thomas, United States Army, 18, killed February 18th, 2007. Is Rinda here? Rinda Pope, mother of PFC Alexander Varela, United States Army, 19, killed in action May 19th, 2007. Cassie, are you here? Cassie Jones?
Brother's here. Brother's here.
Brother's here. Okay. Art, can you step up, please? You're representing the family. This is Art Robinson, twin brother of Sergeant Jesse Robinson, United States Army, 35, died in service, July 19th, 2009. Satnam Kaur, she's very shy. Love her dearly. Mother of Corporal Gurpreet Singh, United States Marine Corps, 21, killed in action, June 22nd, 2011. Tracy Vasquez, mother of Specialist Manuel Vasquez, United States Army, 22, killed in action, April 24th, 2012. Hope? Hope Ramirez? No. Hope is another one of our local Gold Star moms, Specialist Ray Ramirez, United States Army, age 20, killed in action, June 1st, 2013. I also know that I saw some more Gold Star parents here. Can you please step forward? This isn't about just me. This isn't about just Granite Bay. Can we have your hero, name and hero?
First Lieutenant Robert Scott Burns, and father was teacher at Eureka School District, and Eureka School and Green Hills at Winter Open.
Staff Sergeant Adam Perkins, U.S. Marines, EOD.
You can come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Yeah, other side.
Specialist Roy Brooks Mason II, 5/22/2009.
PFC Ruben Boy Lopez, U.S. Army, August 11th, 2011.
Let's give them a thank you.
I didn't bring enough. I brought 8. I'm surprised. These are commemorative stamps from 1948. The Gold Star mothers are issued.
Yes,
And,
thank you.
I brought 8 with them.
Okay, thank you. And the other thing that I do want to mention that isn't normally, so I keep forgetting it, is that this is the 100th year that this banner has been approved by our government. So the Gold Star Mothers has been recognized as an entity for 100 years. Okay, now a little bit about Victor. And sorry, I'm going to probably go over my 10 minutes. We moved to Granite Bay in July of 2002, and Victor started Olympus Junior High in 7th grade. While in 8th grade, he decided to do something different and joined track and field while doing shot put and hurdles. He also was most likely the very first Romeo they had with blue hair, a privilege that I gave him the last week of school during Renaissance Day. Victor was part of the Roseville Jet program and worked 2 summers at camps. As he entered high school in 2004, he decided he wanted to play football, something he had never done before and something his 8 years of martial arts could never have trained him for. Victor played offensive line for freshman and JV, but in his junior year, he decided to go to work to earn money for his car. He worked at JCPenney's for 2 years and then followed that with a year at Target. During high school, he also started his second martial arts form of Zenbodokai Aki Jiu-Jitsu, achieving his first degree black belt before finishing high school. A 2008 graduate of Granite Bay High, I asked Vic on graduation day what was the one thing he wished he did or did not do while in high school. He answered so quick that he didn't even have to think about it. He told me he wished he stayed in football. He missed the camaraderie of the team. One of my favorite moments I read about Victor was his ability to have friends across all categories of students at school. He was everyone's friend, as well as being humble. Most people didn't even know he was into martial arts. Victor had his own sense about him and was confident in who he was. He talked about joining the military at a very early age. On 9/11, that was his catalyst for joining. He remembered seeing the planes hit the towers and seeing them crumble down. He always wanted to protect those he loved, and if any of you had the privilege of knowing him, you would agree. Victor would have given you his last Monster drink or his last dollar. Victor went to Sierra College on wishes that he'd go to college and get his degree before he enlisted. Well, 5 months later, he came to us and told us that he enlisted in the United States Marines. He was already 18. It wasn't that he didn't like school, since at one time he actually talked about becoming a history teacher. It is just in his heart, it It was just that in his heart and passion was in serving. Of course, I was worried when he said he wanted to go infantry. It is, though, a parent's job to raise their children with high support with high morals and integrity, and to see fit for the family's values, and then to support their children in their choices in life while being there to counsel. Before he actually left for boot camp, Victor was given the opportunity to apply for White House Honor Guard. However, after a couple days, Victor decided to turn it down because he wanted to serve on the front. He didn't want to be held back in protecting his loved ones. He entered boot camp September 2009. In August of 2010, about a month before he deployed, he proposed to his girlfriend. Now a second-degree black belt, Victor deployed on her 20th birthday, September 25th, 2010, leaving behind a new fiancé and a family that loved and supported him. A very short 18 days later, on October 13, 2010, we received that fateful knock on the door. The knock that told us our first son, our 20-year-old, was killed by a remotely detonated improvised explosive device that also took the lives of 3 other Marines in the vehicle that day. The knock on the door took us out of our life as we knew it and forever changed how we would live the rest of our lives. The knock that now has us talk about moments in time as before Vic was killed or after Vic was killed. That knock on the door had now designated that for the first time Granite Bay High School had one of their graduates killed in combat while in service to their country. During Victor's time in the Marines, he served as an anti-tank missileman in charge of the TOW and Javelin weapon systems with weapons Cap 1, 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines, 5th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division, out of Camp Pendleton. During their 9-month deployment to Sangin, Helmand Province, Afghanistan, their battalion endured the most killed in recent history. 25 young men aged from 19 to 31 were killed. They had over 65 men endure loss of limbs, anywhere from 1 to 3 limbs, on the battlefield, or amputations once returned home for treatment. They also had over 200 other injuries. 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines is the most decorated battalion in the United States Marines. So how has our lives changed? We no longer have our son, brother, grandson to talk with, as there is no phone in heaven. We no longer have the ability to hug him or receive any of his amazing hugs. A brother who no longer has a sibling to tease him or, imagine this, as a parent, your 12-year-old tells you his brother will never see him in braces. Victor didn't get to see his brother in braces, graduate from grade school, learn to drive, become homecoming king, graduate from high school, or enter college. His sister was 2.5 when he entered boot camp and 3.5 when he was killed. She will never have her own memories of her big brother or know his playfulness and protectiveness. All she will have are the stories we tell and the few pictures we have to show her. She is currently at the age her brother was at when her big brother was killed, 11.5. With Victor's death, we missed a wedding, a daughter-in-law, their future children, and our grandchildren. We have missed all those late-night chats and phone calls. Our family celebrates holidays, birthdays, anniversaries, and any get-together with bittersweetness as we fondly remember that our personal hero is missing from our table. We go on vacations experiencing new adventures, wishing that Victor and his family was there with us. Every military death is said to affect at least 1,000 people. Those people include immediate family, friends, neighbors, schoolmates, church members, sports teams they are on. They also include those they went to boot camp with and served with. They include their unit and battalion. This dedication, even though today is Gold Star Mother's Day, it is also dedicated to all those who serve. During World War II, approximately 33% of our population served in our armed forces. At that time, someone you knew and loved was actively serving. Today, that number is under 1%. Think about that. 1%. That is the same number of the population who runs a marathon. I don't think too many people here ran a marathon. Yes, That 1% is our volunteer forces. They are not required to serve or forced to serve. Some enter for the desire to earn money for higher education. Some enter for the desire to serve their country. Some may even enter for adventure or the rigors of discipline. But what about those who serve? What are the things they give up in order to serve our country? What do they miss out on within their own families? They miss out on birthdays, anniversaries, babies being born, first words, first steps, graduations, recitals, ball games, proms. They might even miss being there for a favorite aunt, uncle, grandparent's death. When you see them, make sure you take the time and thank them. Thank them for taking time away from their family to protect yours. As I end, I want to say thank you to all who served, for it is in your serving that we can live in a free nation. It is in your serving that we can continue to live in what is described by John Kelly as ignorant bliss. For most of those who don't serve or are not connected to those who serve really do not understand what is truly giving up when the decision is made to serve. They say a man dies twice. Once when he takes his final breath, and second, when he and his deeds are forgotten. We must never forget all the brave men and women who have stepped up to serve our country. Each and every one of them has something given of themselves. All gave some. Thankfully, there is a significant fewer amount who gave more. They gave their last breath for our country, for what they were asked to do for her, and for what she stands for. Some gave all. It is easy to say we won't forget. However, in the end, most do forget. It is important to have memorials such as this to help us remember that those who serve, fight, and die in conflicts around the world are our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters, our moms and dads. They are our neighbors. It is the least we can do in honoring who these true heroes are. Say their names. Remember their deeds. Semper Fidelis. And may God bless the men and women of our military to lead and serve with high morality, honor, courage, and commitment. Thank you, and may God bless the United States of America.